going on, people? My name's Stefan. This is the Stesky Racing channel, and this is my project K24 Starion. Currently, this is where we sit. K24 RBB4. This is my old Starion that I originally sold and got back minus the UZ. And one thing that I didn't like about the Starion was, well, with the swap, was the heavy front end. So when I got it back minus the engine, I was like, okay, I know what I'm doing with this. And this is it. So I have some videos that I've posted before outsiding this car with the UZ in it. The V8 was cool, but it was super front heavy, hard to slide, didn't corner well, all kinds of different stuff. So that's why we're getting a smaller K24 capable of just as much power, NA, and we're gonna have a blast in this car. It's gonna be my new favorite project. Minus the clear coat, this car is in pretty good shape. You can see it still has my old plate on there, Lexquest, because it is actually a Chrysler Conquest. The interior in this one is in pretty good shape. I'd say 9 out of 10 for sure, minus the seats. The dash is not cracked. Rear seats are all there. This one's in really good shape. So minus the clear coat, this car is in good shape. I do have a front lip for this thing. I do have another side spoiler for it that's less chewed up. The front bumper does have a small crack on it. But yeah, so already have everything ordered for this project. A rear wheel drive intake manifold. The trans adapter, I'm going to be running an RX-8 trans, and we're going to do a separate video on that project. That's getting an EcoBoost. Minus an ECU. So in the current setup, I reached out to HA Motorsports looking for suggestions on what ECU to run with the setup and the wiring harness I'm going to be using. But I've already purchased the trans adapter from Drift HQ, so I'll be waiting on that. That comes with the clutch and everything I'm going to need. I'm going to be doing my own custom mounts, and yeah, that's all we're waiting on. As soon as I get the trans adapter, I will start working on this project and take you guys along with me. So if you're interested in seeing this project get finished up, this is the one I'm excited for. Not only that, look how perfect that thing looks. It looks like it belongs in there. Oh, it's going to be great. So one of the things that I'm unsure of is this cross member has already been modified to fit the UZ with an extended steering arm. I don't know if I'm going to have to run a front sump. This pan is somewhat small on here, and they do sell front sump pans. Once I get the trans adapter here, I will be able to take more measurements and see if the pan is going to clear down here with how high I can get the trans in the tunnel. So I'm also going to have to, I don't want to modify the shifter area, so I'm going to have to push the trans until the shifter lines up, and then that'll be the space that I'm working with here on the front side, and then that'll tell me if the oil pan is going to clear in there. If I perch the engine up enough, it should clear. However, then I have the tranny going into the trans tunnel. So one thing to keep in mind. But considering this car came with a 4-cylinder, the RX-8 trans is somewhat small. It's not a very large transmission, so I'm hoping it clears there. Matter of fact, here is one on this project, and this 13B, the Renesis, is ready to come out. I just have to get the mounts out of there. They're all unbolted and stuff. Matter of fact, you can see it's separated there from the engine and transmission. I just gotta finish pulling it, but this is back. If you've watched the channel, this is a Porsche Cayenne Turbo that we've been chasing a check engine code on. It's basically check engine code says there's an imbalance of air between banks, and I've pressure tested it, smoke tested it. I found vacuum leaks, fixed the vacuum leaks, got the idle to be somewhat stable. However, there is still that code, and it limits boost to 4 pounds. So we've replaced a ton of stuff on here. This time I'm going to pull the manifold again because I've already pulled it and checked those, replaced the gaskets, and I'm going to walnut blast the valves. Because when I was in there, the valves were awful. They were obviously with a direct injection engine, you can imagine. I did some reading online and some people were saying that the turbulence from really built up gummy valves will cause that code sometimes. So we're gonna give it a shot. It still beats bringing it to Porsche, whereas Porsche will throw all kinds of money at it and not guarantee a fix anyway. So that's what we're doing, but the cheaper version. While I'm in there, I'm also going to replace the steam tubes that are known to crack, and then replace the boost controller because it's also a known failure point. So while I'm under there, I will be taking care of those. But for a SUV, a grocery getter SUV, this thing definitely has some style points. It's just a good looking vehicle. I know people like to lift these and stuff, but either way, it's a good looking car. I would say not near as good looking as the Starion, but especially with a K24 in it. But I am so excited to have that project finished up. So anyways, factory wheels, offset wheels. Yeah, there's a lot to come with that car, and I'm super excited to take it out after having driven it with a V8 to see what it's like back with a 4-cylinder, but not the G54B. So stick with me. I appreciate you tuning in, and I'm going to start trying to pump these videos out more than just, you know, every once a month or whatever. I'm going to try to stay on top of them. So I got these 2 projects. I'll be doing a video next on that as I get the engine out. I have everything to complete this one. This is getting a 1.6 liter EcoBoost out of the Fiesta ST, and I already have the trans adapter, the clutch. I have to go to Centerforce, which is local to us, and pick up a clutch for that. So stay tuned, and I appreciate you tuning in. I will see you guys on the next one.